Hello there, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers main scenario questline, where we have just done the Thancred solo duty, and Thancred may very well have died. He is out there in the desert on his own. It's possible, I was thinking about this just between episodes, it is possible that I mean, they did say the gate had been left open, so Reuniting and co may well catch up with him before he dies. But it's not looking good, Thancred. And he did give a final speech, and in literature, you don't tend to have a character give a dying speech like that if they are then saved. It's just one of the general conceits of literature. I will be happy if I'm surprised, but as I think I've said multiple times now, the game has been building up to Thancred sacrificing himself for something. In this case, for Minfilia to live, because he felt like he didn't do enough for his Minfilia. So let's see how Minfilia reacts. This is the place, Demajen. This is where she stopped the flood. The last time I was here, when I felt her presence overwhelming me, I tried to pretend it wasn't happening, to just turn away. But I can't turn away now. Not this time. For Thancred and the others, I have to face her. Full steam ahead. In the event that you leave the area, speak with the apprentice engineer at Twine in Amarang to return to Nabatharin. So, is this a difficult place to... Southern Hills of Amber. Yeah, so there's questing zones and stuff around here. But honestly, I want to carry on with the main scenario and find out what happens next. The look in Minfilia's eyes is equal parts trepidation and determination, because we're still only on the level 77 stuff. I can sense her presence, albeit faintly. Come on, let's look over by the crystal wall. Mollamanders. They're like salamanders, but not quite. And there's loads of them, and they're everywhere. Don't want to go down there. Was there a way through here? Nope. The pristine palace of Malik. Flames Zanur. So a lot of the kind of mobs that we'd see in the Thanalan are obviously here. Let's talk to Minfilia first. She was here on top of the building. Yeah, so this is where she held back the wall, which actually is so high, we can't pan the camera up to see the top of it. It'll be interesting to see what, if anything, Minfilia does. Our Minfilia. I'm going to call them Minifilia and Minfilia, just to keep them differentiated. So my points don't get confusing. Echo time. Yep. Oh, this is a flashback to the time when the flood was coming through.
Run for your lives! It's the flood! The flood!
Oh.
Ah! The end is nigh!
Look! There's somebody up there! On top of the palace!
You can't outrun it, so... So that's her and, I was going to say, the 5 warriors who are going to help her. All but Ardbert. Are we going to get to find out why Ardbert? They're going to give her their strength. Ardbert?
No, stand back.
Oh, so she doesn't let him.
We shall stay the flood.
But this is what I want. It's my sacrifice to make.
Your time has not yet come.
So there's still, so she wouldn't let him because there's still something to do.
When all hangs in the balance,
You must give them hope.
you must give them hope.
Huh.
Minfilia!
Ooh.
This place.
The sea. Hi.
Ours is a meeting long overdue. Full glad am I that we may finally speak.
Don't know whether this is the same voice actress. It might be. It's been a while since she had anything to do for 14, because Minfilia left in 3.4. Ooh, it's good to see you again. I've come at Thancred's behest. Dot, dot, dot. As much as it pains me to admit it, it is actually quite good to see her again. But, I'm not going to mention Thancred.
My dear, sweet child. Yours is a burden none should ever be forced to bear.
And yet,
Such pain and suffering you have endured. Yet still you came. For this and more, I thank you.
I've lost count of the times I've almost given up. If people hadn't helped me every step of the way, I never would have made it.
Yet here you stand, resolved. Now, tell me your heart's desire.
to save everybody.
To defeat the Sin Eaters and bring this world back from the brink. The remaining Wardens have hidden themselves from us. But with the power of the Oracle, I thought we might be able to find them.
Indeed you could. Their radiance would be unmistakable. But know, my child, that the power you seek will come at a price. We stand now at the crossroads. A decision must be made.
As long as I don't have to make the decision.
'Tis only natural to be afraid, to hesitate. But for your many trials, you have grown stronger and wiser. And with the love and support of those you hold dear, you have grown to love yourself.
Because I think her original plan was to give in. But now, she wants to be her own.
The flood has washed away so much of this world. So many people and places and possibilities, and all the heroes who fought to protect them. Yet here the Scions are, trying so hard to help those few of us who remain, and seeing how tirelessly they work, how completely committed they are to the cause. I can't help but believe.
Use faith, as Uvianche was saying.
But I want to do more than just watch and cheer. I want to make a difference. I want to help them, like they helped me, and maybe even inspire others to do the same. Coming together, providing for one another. That's the only way forward I can see. Since all of our heroes are gone, we'll just have to make heroes of ourselves.
'Tis a beautiful, wonderful dream. One we share. Though my power was all but spent in staying the flood, I prayed this final act would give hope to those who survived.
And it has.
That self-same hope lives on in you. It gives me comfort to know that the future is in capable hands.
I think we're going to get one final scene between, between a dying Thancred and a fading away Minfilia. Merging of souls?
If ever you should falter, remember this. No one, however powerful, is immune to the whisperings of doubt and despair. Do not give in to them. But do not deny them either. Look instead to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Thank you, Minfilia, for believing in us, for believing in me.
I think that was supposed to be a kiss on the
Dearest
forehead.
friend, no words can express my gratitude to you for keeping her safe in these tumultuous times. You are a hero to us both.
It's what we do.
But not even the most valiant heroes can stand alone. Only together may you change the fate of two worlds.
Well, that went exactly as I expected it to. Minnie! Ugh. Oh! She's gone. What happened? I remember speaking with Minfilia and then... Oh, she's come back to normal. Is something wrong? Yeah, your eyes and your hair have changed for a start. Your hair? Your eyes? Why can I not say you've changed? Parting gift, I think. Until now, I've walked the path she set before me. The path she set before all the Minfilias. Which has given me a new path, a new life that I can call my own. And even though she's gone, I can still feel her. Warm and calm and gentle. I can feel the beating heart of the world. The light that swells within it. And the Light Wardens. There's one here, in Armor M. Let's hurry back, the others need to know. You don't think Thancred will be angry with me, do you? it's what Minfilia wanted. I'm sure he'll understand. I'd like to think so too, but... Would you mind going on ahead? I'll be right behind you, I promise. What you gonna do? She looks kind of weird. I think I actually put... Oh, hello, Ether Current. I'm glad I took a step up here. Yeah, I think I actually preferred her with the crystal eyes. It gave her a sense of visual identity. Is that there? Oh, that's where we're heading. Search for Thancred. So is he still... I'm not going to say is he still alive. Is he still breathing? Is he still with us? Where was that? Armadillo! Smooth on the inside, crunchy on the outside. Armadillo! That is a really old reference. If you get that, then you are as old as me. Ah! Ah! It's above us, isn't it? Not quite a jumping puzzle, but a puzzle nonetheless. And that's it. Is that it for the currents? Yes. So we've just got literally one quest to finish. Duh. Oh, we've gone past the... Are we still alive? I'm actually kind of disappointed with that. I think that would have been a good time to kill off one of the main characters. Yeah, because the last main character that they really killed off was Moonbreeder, I think. Oh, he's been rescued by these guys at least. Yes, I'm alright.
Ah, there you are. We were worried.
Huh.
Really? She wasn't the one that nearly got herself killed. It's a good thing Reuniting called on us when he did. You were at death's door when
So
we
he
found
was
you.
going to die.
But thanks to your timely ministrations, I was not obliged to walk through it.
Maybe he's got more of a part to play yet then.
Minfilia?
What's her actual name? Does she have an actual name?
You saw her.
Yep. I took screenshots and everything.
know I haven't exactly been pulling my weight up till now, but that's all going to change.
She's not been doing that terribly.
I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to make Minfilia's dream a reality.
Looks a bit scuffed there,
I can
Thancred.
track the Light Wardens now. Maybe even help you fight them.
You could have done that already. Well, fight them. Maybe not track them.
I'm glad you're back.
Hmm?
You don't have to say that, you know.
But I want to. Your family. How else would I feel?
Sobbing!
She will need a name.
Thank you, Ishtola.
A name?
Oh, can't keep calling her Minfilia.
A name of her own. I would not have her walk in the shadow of another any longer. And I think it a fitting tribute to our departed friend too. At the mention of Minfilia, I would remember the woman who preserved our fellowship when all seemed lost.
Let's not call her Vasilia, though.
Do you remember what you were called before you were taken to Yulmore?
Yeah, did she have a name previously?
I'm sorry, I don't. I couldn't have been very old when it happened.
Then we must think of a new name. Suggestions?
I'm quite partial to Demajen, personally. I think that's a great name. Can we name her after me? Nope.
If the lady herself has no preference, I think the honor should rightly fall to Thancred. After all they have been through together, he's practically a father to her.
Oh yeah, rub that in. Thancred to daddy.
Well spotted. I'm so glad you're here to explain these things.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
Stating the obvious.
What about Ryne?
Ryne? Where have you pulled that from?
Ah, blessing in Fae.
Ah.
Wait, does this mean the word listening when I delivered my lectures on the Pixies?
Not exactly, but that one word made an impression.
Blessing. Ryne.
Of course, if it's not to your liking, I can think of something else.
Ryne. Yes, I rather like the sound of it.
Hello, Ryne.
Thank you.
That settles it then. Welcome aboard, Ryne.
He's in a surprisingly positive mood, considering he knows what has just happened to Minfilia.
I won't let you down.
Bam, 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 bam. Not sure how I feel about that story development. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I also feel it's maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity. You know, we'll see. I mean, it could be that they've got something planned for Thancred to do. Something important. But I feel like, and I've always said this, in stories, if you have a cast like this of characters and they always keep on surviving, it takes away the sense of peril. It means that Look at how Game of Thrones does it. Now, I've not really watched a whole lot of Game of Thrones, but I know that it regularly kills off main characters, and therefore it makes you feel a sense of tension and upped stakes because you never know if one of the characters that you like is going to survive. With Uyanje, Istola, Alice, Alphino, Thancred, they all keep on surviving, and the writer's seeming unwillingness to get rid of one of them means that we don't necessarily feel as we don't feel that sense of trepidation that one of them could be taken away from us at any moment. I think that would have really been a great time for Thancred round out the arc of his character. I mean, okay, now he's going to be able to have another arc. He's going to be able to have a father figure arc. Maybe he'll still die. But they were clearly building to that point of this was it. That's it for Thancred. At the same time that we knew Ryne was going to do something with Minfilia, probably take on that responsibility, and Minfilia herself would finally disappear. I think that would have been a fitting time for both Thancred and Minfilia to go off into the beyond together. Not necessarily as lovers, although there are hints that that might be a thing. But just importantly is Thancred feeling that she was somebody who he failed and wanted to make up to. Or, of course, maybe that's what he's now going to do. He's going to take on board that sense of responsibility for his daughter figure and make sure that he doesn't make the same mistakes. I don't know. And I think that would have been a powerful place to end Thancred's story. The fact that they haven't done so, I'm okay with, as long as there is something equally powerful for him to do in the rest of the expansion. If his story kind of fizzles now that opportunity is gone, then I think that will be the first piece of writing that I'm truly disappointed with in Shadowbringers. But we'll have to see. We've got a long time yet in terms of progression, in terms of potential storytelling. Thank you for standing by Ryne and Minfilia. I'm sure it meant a lot to her seeing you one last time. Would that I could have been there to hear what words were exchanged between them. When all of this is over, perhaps I'll ask. Despite this glad turn of events, the suffering born of mine all too arrogant meddling paineth me still. And yet, their smiles do give me hope for the morrow. Minfilia will be sorely missed. Though it was grandfather's legacy which first brought me to Eorzea, I would never have become a scion were it not for her. Indeed, there would be no scions, and two worlds would be the worse for our absence. Tara and the others will no doubt be heartbroken to hear the news of her passing. Until such time as we can return to them, however, we must keep our heads held high. Though we have lost one scion, we've gained another after all. Yeah, so there's the implication there that there was still some semblance of hope that somehow, someday, Minfilia would return. And that is no longer a possibility. The tiniest sliver that was left of her has now become part of Ryne. Means the ether has changed. It has taken on a faint golden hue. Curious. Right. A fresh start. But perhaps the first time, the look on her face is one of utter relief. Was it Ryne, not Ryne? I honestly don't know how to repay you for all you've done, but I promise to do whatever I can to help. Are you certain you're up to fighting so soon? I can't imagine the power of the Oracle is something one learns to wield in the space of a few hours. Maybe not, but the presence of the Light Wardens is unmistakable to me now. In fact, I sense one here in Amarang to the west. I think it might be hiding underground, in the mines! Underground? And it's as we suspected. We thought it prudent to take a brief survey of the area prior to your arrival. To the west, we found the remains of a site known as Malikah's Well. Ah, that sounds like a great name for a dungeon, especially actually as, if I remember from the video, there was kind of a well, which didn't I liken to the giant well-like structure in Batman Dark Knight Rises? Dark Knight Rises. If I recall correctly, the well was built in remembrance of one of the ancient kings of Nabatharang to serve as a source of respite from the desert heat. It fell into disuse after the flood, whereupon the miners of Amarang thought to turn part of it into an excavation site. Thus, it looks like a mine. Judging by its size, the underground waterways are no doubt extensive, the perfect hiding place for a warden. Are you certain you can track it down? Leave it to me. Then it's settled. We make for Malikah's Well. Ba 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 ba. Armadillo! I've just realised that a good percentage... Ah, here we are. A good percentage of this episode was mostly me just talking about writing structure. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, this is very clear. Oh, help! I thought we said there weren't any Talos around. That's the wrong button. Ow! Punched? I actually haven't tanked a dungeon in a while now. Bum 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 ba da ba dum. Must remember to put grit on, actually. Reuniting. That the walls should still bear so great a burden after countless years of neglect bespeaketh the surpassing skill of their architects. I didn't expect to see Talos walking around, much less of their own accord. How long must it have been since their creator's bones turned to dust? Though I cannot see it as you do, it is no less awe-inspiring. It is a no less awe-inspiring sight. Something about this doesn't feel right. I like that they are making more mention of Ishtola's change of sight. I feel like for a chunk of Stormblood, it was kind of skipped over and forgotten about. Surveying. It's here. I can taste its ether on the wind. That's not a skill I'd like. And we finally found our mark. Let's put an end to this, Demajen, and return the night sky to Amarang. Didn't I suspect that this was Emmett Selk's theme? Because unless he's going to show up, I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. It must be something else. The duty finder has been updated with a new duty. It's an impressive structure, this. And we shall enter it in the next episode, which I'm actually going to do with the trusts. Because it means I can take my time and talk about things, which I can't do, I've discovered, when I am going through with the party. Yeah. I'm not going to reiterate my points because, as I said, I think the middle of this episode was very much a Demajen talks and tries to analyse story structure and story beats and character development. But I did very much enjoy that, with the caveats that they need to do something equally dramatically important with one of the remaining scions. Minfilia has been out of the story for so long now that her death lacks emotional weight, whereas Thancred dying would have been a much more powerful thing for to happen. So in that sense, they have missed a dramatic beat, but I'm not necessarily saying it's a massive criticism of the story. It is, however, I think a missed opportunity for now. Maybe he'll still be dead, but I think that's what they were building to. It would be interesting, actually, if now that Ryne and Thancred have got this sense of, okay, the choice has been made, now we have to move on. It will be interesting if they still end up killing Thancred by the end of the story. That would be an interesting development. Thank you all very much for watching and listening to my rather verbose thoughts on structure and character development, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Toodle pip.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.